27 seconds between Mbappe's penalty.
Dembélé encarando, Dembélé se lanza, Dembélé quiere el primero, Dembélé. Bueno. ¡Gol!
Is this the most talented football team on earth? Probably. It produces more players than any nation alive, so many it accidentally builds the teams that knock it out. It's won the World Cup. And it's also, at a World Cup, climbed onto a bus, drawn the curtains and gone on strike, refused to play. This is France. And no country in football makes less sense. Brazil's brilliance was born in the street. France's was built in a forest, on purpose. This is the story of how a nation that won nothing for 50 years suddenly started winning everything. By building the most ruthless talent factory the game has ever seen. There's just one thing the factory still can't make. This is World Cup Untold, and this is the French story. Rewind. For most of football's history, France won nothing. Oh, there are moments. Raymond Kopa, a miner's son, reaches a semi-final in 1958. Just Fontaine scores 13 goals at that one tournament, a record that still stands almost 70 years later. And then, nothing. No World Cup, no trophy. For decades. Italy's winning them. Germany's winning them. Even England lifts one. France just watches. Here's the maddening part. France isn't short of talent. It's everywhere in the schoolyards, in the immigrant neighborhoods ringing Paris. Nobody's catching it. You're a gifted 14-year-old in France in 1975? You're on your own. Good luck. By the 70s, the humiliation is total. France watches its neighbors win while its own best kids vanish into nothing. So one man at the federation decides, enough. The man he hires to fix French football has never coached a single game in France. He isn't even French. The most French institution in football was designed by a communist, Stefan Kovacs, Romanian. He'd run the legendary Ajax of the 70s total football, where every player could play every position. France's federation president, Fernand Sastre, wants that brain. He gets it. Kovacs brings one idea from behind the Iron Curtain. In the Eastern Bloc sports schools, they take kids young, drill one skill until it's perfect, then the next, obsessive, relentless. Build the player the team will need and never ever leave it to chance. After France finally wins something, the European Championship, 1984, Sastre builds his temple, a forest southwest of Paris, a village called Clairefontaine. And here's what makes it insane. Spain teaches one way to play, Germany teaches another. Clairefontaine teaches no way, no system, no style, on purpose. What it teaches instead is movement. Your weak foot hammered until it's as good as your strong one. Technique, vision. The cold logic underneath all of it: don't build a player for France. Build a player who can walk into any team on earth and start. Doors open 1988. The state pays for everything. Training, food, school, so a kid from a broke Paris suburb never has to choose between football and a future. 10 years later, France hosts a World Cup. Base camp? The lab in the woods. And they win it. First time ever. The factory works. The question is how well. The answer is absurd. 1998, the final, Paris. And the man who delivers it grew up in the roughest end of Marseille, son of Algerian immigrants. Zinedine Zidane. 2 headers. France, 3, Brazil, nothing. A country that had won nothing is, overnight, champion of the world. Zidane becomes France, the bald number 10 who makes the impossible look boring. And then 8 years later, another final. The same man ends his career with a headbutt to an Italian's chest. Red card. Walks straight past the trophy. Never plays again. Genius and self-destruction in one body. The most French thing imaginable. But Zidane's just the headline. Look where the rest come from. Thierry Henry, Les Bleus, outside Paris. Nicolas Anelka traps. Henry, Anelka, Saha, Matuidi, all through Clairefontaine. And it's not one academy. France has 16, all feeding the same machine. The banlieues, the tough immigrant suburbs France spent decades ignoring, turn out to be the richest football soil on the planet. And the machine gets so good, it overflows. The 2018 World Cup, around 50 players born in France are at the tournament. and a huge number of them aren't in French blue. They're the backbone of Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia. France is now so productive it's arming its own opponents, which got ugly. Years back, Federation officials floated a quiet plan cap how many dual nationality kids enter the pipeline. It leaked. France erupted because the children who'd be cut were overwhelmingly of Arab and African heritage. The plan died fast, but it exposed the thing France could never quite face. Its greatest weapon, that immigrant talent, was also the thing it least understood. Because for all the genius, France could also detonate. Nisna, South Africa, 2010. Striker Nicolas Anelka blows up at the manager at halftime, gets sent home. And the rest of the squad? They mutiny, climb onto the team bus, pull the curtains shut, refuse to train at a World Cup while the cameras of the entire world roll outside. France's own team director quits on the spot, on camera, calling it a disgrace. France crash out bottom of the group, without a single win. Anelka gets an 18-match ban, national humiliation broadcast live. That's the paradox of the factory. It can build the most gifted squad alive, and it can build a civil war. Same machine, both true. The 26 names Didier Deschamps is taking to America, and it is frightening. Up top, Kylian Mbappé, captain, 3rd World Cup, chasing his country's all-time scoring record. Beside him, Ousmane Dembele, who just won the 2025 Ballon d'Or. Best player on earth. And that's where the squad starts. Michael Olise. Desiree Doué scored in a Champions League final at 20 years old. Marcus Thuram, Ryan Cherki, Bradley Barcola. Behind them, Tchouaméni and Rabiot in midfield. Saliba, Upamecano, Koundé across the back. Maignan in goal, one of the best on the planet. This squad is so deep that Eduardo Camavinga, a Real Madrid starter, didn't even make the plane. France land in Group I, Senegal, Iraq, Norway. And that last one means Erling Haaland. Mbappé against Haaland in the final group game, the factory's finest against the one man built to outscore him. If talent alone won World Cups, this would be over already. So what's missing? You can engineer a player, you can engineer a squad, you cannot engineer the last kick of a final. December 2022. The final, Qatar. France are champions. One win from history. Nobody has won back-to-back World Cups since 1962. And for an hour, it's a massacre. Argentina, 2-0. France haven't touched the ball. The factory's finest look human, mortal, finished. Then Mbappé happens. 2 goals, 90 seconds. He drags France off the canvas and into extra time and completes a hat-trick in a World Cup final, something only one man had ever done before him. And it still isn't enough. 3-3, penalties. And on the final kick, the country that engineered everything is left standing on a result it cannot control. Argentina score, France don't. The dynasty dies on the spot, which brings us all the way back to now, to this summer across 3 countries. To Didier Deschamps, one of only 3 men alive to win a World Cup, as both player and manager, leading France for the last time before he walks away for good. The squad is, once again, the envy of the world. The factory's running at full power, still outproducing everyone alive. But the question that stalked France for 30 years hasn't moved. They can build the players, they can build the squad, they built a system the entire sport now copies. The one thing they cannot build is certainty. France is the new Brazil, the most ruthless talent factory the game has ever seen. One last chance to prove the factory can finish what it starts. This was World Cup Untold. The stories behind every nation chasing the trophy this summer, they're all right here.